Yeah, and you talk about how good this Rams team is, but I do have to say, it seems to me that it was clear that for basically every moment he was on the field, Anthony Richardson was the best player.
Oh, he looked like an absolute superstar in
I
the
get that
late
he
third, fourth
completed,
quarter.
yeah. I get that he completed 44% of his passes, and that number like doesn't sound great if you're just looking at the box score. But if you put it in context of that game, he looked like a special player the whole
Absolutely.
time.
Absolutely. It was midway through the third quarter. The Rams were up big, outgaining him 300 to 100 in total yards. And then kind of that switch flipped, and they had the first touchdown, got an interception, got back in the game. But Richardson, to me, yeah, that entire fourth quarter just looked every bit of what you want to see if you're a Colts fan. Just throwing some lasers in there. He just looked comfortable in the pocket, moving around, creating plays, extending plays, and not just looking to run, but pushing the ball downfield once he got out of the pocket. And, of course, a threat with his legs. That, by the way, the spike he had on his rushing touchdown, I talked about it when we were at my house watching the games. Maybe the best spike I've ever seen from a professional football player. I mean, the 360 spike was just unbelievable. They have an absolute dog in Indianapolis. This guy is so fun to watch.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what stood out to me the most watching that game is people are saying, oh, it's going to be a hard time benching him because Gardner Minshew has played so well. The Rams lived in that backfield, right? They had 2 credits. They had 6 tackles for loss. But if it was Gardner Minshew back there, it could have been 7 or 8 sacks because Richardson did such a good job with his strength and his legs avoiding sacks, right? This guy is very difficult to tackle. He's difficult to get in the backfield. And a sack many times is about as bad as an interception. Mm-hmm. If it's third down and you get sacked, you might as well have thrown a pick, honestly, the way the NFL works. So the fact that he can avoid those kinds of plays, and then on the flip side, when it's first and goal, second and goal, be a threat with his legs, be a threat with his arm, big gain, short gain, anywhere Anthony Richardson can do it. It's exciting.
And every now and then he still has a few throws. There was one in particular on third down to Michael Pittman. I can't remember what quarter it was, but it was to the left side of the field. And he just, missed a wide open Pittman. And I was just watching the game going, damn, like that's the throw he needs to be able to make consistently. And every quarterback has a couple throws that are just off. Like that's going to happen during a game. But it was really the way he threw the ball in the fourth quarter, just lasering them in. Looked really impressive to me. And they should have won the game. He made the throw to win the game. It was just dropped by Granson towards the end to get it to the 40-yard line. It would have put them in position to maybe kick a game-winning field goal. I'm really happy if I'm a Colts fan, even though this is a disappointing loss. It's a wild comeback, an unbelievable comeback. And Jonathan Taylor is set to return next Wednesday, or this coming Wednesday. So if he winds up playing, that Colts offense is going to be a lot of fun to watch.
The reinforcements are coming. Ryan Kelly's coming back. Jelani Woods is coming back. Jonathan Taylor is coming back. And I'll tell you, because I'm at UVA, I got to see it with Jelani Woods was a star here. He absolutely made a difference when he was on the field.
Well,
have you seen this guy's athletics?
You talk about him all the time.
The dude he's the Anthony Richardson of tight ends. He's 6'7", 250, ran a 4.6 40. He is the Anthony Richardson of tight ends.
It is true, though. If you're a Colts fan, it's fine to be disappointed by this, but you really do have a guy right now. If he's able to stay healthy, because he got banged up week 2, and today he took a couple hits where you're like, oh, get up. As long as he can stay healthy, which I do have my concerns around, given the number of hits he's taking and the number of uncomfortable hits that he's taking, dude, when he's on the field, just an absolute stud. And the AFC South is wide open.
Oh, yeah. His best play this season, no doubt. He was at the 20-yard line. This was in the fourth quarter when the comeback was getting started, 2nd and 20. In the middle of a tackle from Aaron Donald, he threw the ball 40 yards downfield to Alec Pierce for a dot.
No, it was amazing.
On the one hand, incredible pass. On the other hand, he's getting tackled by Aaron Donald. But I'll say this, I'm not a Colts fan. I can't speak to their psychology too much. I don't think Colts fans are going to be disappointed by this. It sucks to lose, right? You always want to lose the game. But Colts fans, I think, knew going into the season that this was the Anthony Richardson development season. I don't think you can be after what they've seen at quarterback the past few years. Yeah, I don't think you can be anything but excited for what Anthony Richardson is doing.
Let me ask you this. I'll put you on the spot for a second. Between the Colts and the Texans right now, both AFC South teams, both with top 5 rookie quarterbacks who are playing
both
very
2
well.
And 2.
Both 2 and 2. Who are you more excited for right now?
Boy, that's a good question. Honestly, if I had to pick who I'm more excited for, I think I'd have to say the Colts just because I think Anthony Richardson is the more exciting player.
I know. It's
like there's
the Texans,
there's nobody in the NFL that can do that. Like CJ Stroud is playing well, don't get me wrong, but at a certain point, like he's playing like a good quarterback in the NFL could. Anthony Richardson is doing things that we've never seen before in the league.
I don't know about never seen, but like,
I have never seen someone throw a 40-yard dot in the middle of a sack from Aaron Donald. Have you ever seen that?
Colts fans are going to love hearing this, right? No, I've not seen that for a specific situation, but I'm sure there are a number of guys who could.
Look,
not a lot, though.